Hi, welcome to Lanas y Ovillos, the English channel. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this crochet hat. It's really easy. You will be able to adapt the size of this hat to any size. You can find a chart on my website where you can find different sizes for different ages. You can find the link on the description below, and at the top of the video you can find also on my website hundreds of knitting, crochet and amigurumi patterns with video tutorials. And now, if you are new in this channel, remember to subscribe and click on the bell to receive the notifications of my new videos. Let's go now with the step-by-step and the materials that I used to make this hat. To make this hat I used this cotton thread from the brand Casasol. Here you can see the specifications of this material. I used a 3.5mm crochet hook to make the part of the hat and a 3mm crochet hook to make the part of the visor. I also used scissors, tapestry needle, stitch markers and pin blockers. You have to start the hat from the center of the top part, making a 6 single crochet magic ring. You have to make the magic ring, and in the magic ring you have to make 6 single crochet. This is the row number 1. Row number 2. You have to make one increase on each stitch, so you have to make 6 increases. Remember to make an increase is to make 2 single crochet in the same space. Continue on the row number 3 with 1 single crochet and 1 increase. Repeating around 1 single crochet and 1 increase, finishing with 18 stitches. Row number 4. You have to make 2 single crochet and 1 increase. Repeating around 2 single crochet and 1 increase, finishing with 24 stitches. Row number 5. You have to make 3 single crochet and 1 increase, repeating around 3 single crochet and 1 increase, finishing with 30 stitches. Row number 6. 4 single crochet and 1 increase, repeating around 4 single crochet and 1 increase, finishing with 36 stitches. Row number 7. 5 single crochet and 1 increase, repeating around 5 single crochet and 1 increase, finishing with 42 stitches. You have to continue making increases, you have to continue making rows of increases to have the width of the head. More or less, in this space you have to stop making increases, you have to make rows with increases, one row, another row, continue making increases to have the width of the head. And then once you have all the rows with increases, remember you can continue with 6 single crochet and 1 increase, 7 single crochet, 1 increase, 8 single crochet, 1 increase, continue increasing 1 stitch before each increase. To have the width of the head, and then you have to start making rows without decreases, rows with 1 single crochet on each single crochet, rows with no increases to have the length of the head, to have the size of the hat that you need. So continue making 1 single crochet on each stitch to have the size of the hat that you need. And once you have the size of the hat, you have to start now making the visor. To make the visor, you have to change the number of the crochet hook, or you can crochet tighter. And you have to remember how many stitches you had between increases of on the last row of increases. In my case, I have 7 single crochet and 1 increase on the last row of increases. So now I have to chain 1 turn and working only on the back loops with the thinner crochet hook. You have to make 8 single crochet and 1 increase, 1 more stitch between increases that you have on the last stitch of increases of the top part of the hat. So I finish with 7 single crochet and 1 increase. Now I have to continue with 8 single crochet and 1 increase. Depending on the number of increases that you had, you have to continue with 1 extra stitch before the increases. So taking the back loops, 8 single crochet and 1 increase to the end, I'm making a small sample. Then once you are at the end, you don't have to make the last increase, you have to make only a single crochet and then chain 1, turn, and continue making single crochet where you have the single crochet and 1 increase where you have an increase. So continue making single crochet, now taking both loops of the stitch, 1 single crochet on each stitch, and where you have the increase, you have to make 1 increase on the increase of the previous row. Remember, 1 single crochet on each single crochet and 1 increase on each increase. This is what you have to repeat to the end. Once you are at the end, remember you don't have to make increases at the back part of the visor. You have to chain 1, turn, and continue making the same single crochet on the single crochet and increases where you have the increases. You can see that you have the shape of the visor is not round, but you will fix it with blocking. And now we have to start making the decoration. You have to make a chain of the same number of stitches that you had on the last row without increases on the bottom part. The same number of chains of the same number of stitches, a chain of the same number of stitches, plus 20 centimeters. This is the length of the chain that you have to make the decoration. Once you have the size of the chain, you have to chain 1, turn, and make 1 single crochet on each chain. 1 single crochet on each chain to the end. And once you are at the end, you have to chain 1, turn, and make again 1 single crochet on each stitch. This is what you have to repeat to have 2 centimeters and a half more or less. You can make 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters, it's up to you. And you have to cut the yarn and sew the decoration around the bottom part of the hat. You have to take a tapestry needle and sew the decoration around the bottom part of the hat. Once you have the decoration, you have to make the bow. To make the bow, you have to start with a chain 20. Start with a chain 1 and make 9 rows of 1 single crochet on each single crochet. 9 rows of 1 single crochet around. Once you arrive at the end, you have to chain 1, turn and continue with the single crochet to the end. Once you have the 9 rows of single crochet, you have to cut the yarn and make the center of the bow. To make the center of the bow, you have to chain 10 and make 2 rows of 10 single crochet. Once you have the part of the center, you have to wrap the bow with the center and sew it on the back part and sew the bow on the hat. And once you finish the decoration, you have to block the visor to make the rounded shape. You have to place it with the block pins on a surface and wet it to block it. And once it is dry, you finished your hat. Well, that's all. I hope you like it. Remember that you can find the written pattern and a chart with different sizes of this hat in my website. You can find the link on the description below. And if you give me a like and if you share this video, it would be great. And well, that's all. See you on the next video.